Yay! Thursday! Man, I can't believe we're sadly almost out of October and Halloween's almost over. I'm excited for Halloween, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of over. And it's cooling off. It's really changing, here in the Central Valley of California, starting to really cool off. Had a cool week. And next week's November. The 80s and 90s are about out of here, guys. Sadly, for those of us warm people that love the warmth, about over. But I'm excited about today. Why am I excited about today? Because I'm talking about haunted houses. Yeah. There's all the ones that Clayton likes to go to, where it's like they set up stuff and they have scary things, and you go walk around and they try to scare you and chainsaw chase you and all this kind of stuff. That's not what this is. I got a list for you of real haunted locations. Well, suspected haunted locations that people say are haunted for various reasons. I'm going to go through them in kind of long form because why? They're actually pretty darn awesome. So I did not know this, but we're going to start out. I got 10 for you here, so hold on to your butts because here we go. Ready? Number 1 is the Whale House Museum in San Diego, California. Yes, the Whale House, owned by Yankee Jim, was haunted where they built the house. So they built the house on top of a place where a guy died. Yankee Jim built the house there, and of course, the dude that died at the location where they built the house had to come back and haunt the house. Apparently, that's what they say. Now, this place in San Diego, you can't stay there, but you can take tours during the day there, which is pretty cool. That is the Whale House Museum in San Diego. All right, next one is the House of Death. Yes, in New York City, New York. This is in the Soho area or something like that. A nice end of town, very wealthy part of town. It is said that it's haunted by 22 people that died in the years over the years of the building being there. 22 people have died inside there. Various stories, nothing crazy, but it's said that a variety of them haunt the space. You can actually rent the apartments in the building, but yeah, it's not tour, but there is a ghost tour of New York. You can drive through and they drive by there. So interesting, 22 people died in the small little apartments. Creepy. All right, of course, being in California, this one has to come up, but it's number 3 on the list. In San Jose, California, the Winchester Mystery House. Yes, I've gone on tour there myself. It's pretty cool. It's interesting, but it is said to be haunted by the ghosts of everyone killed by the Winchester guns, which wasn't too many back in the day when Winchester was initially making the guns. Yeah. It would have been a lot of ghosts. Maybe that hence the how big the place is, but it's a pretty cool tour. There's a lot of speculation as to why it is. Now, the thing about this house is there's rooms and rooms and rooms and rooms and doors and passageways, and it's very weird. It's not planned out very well. So there's stairways that go nowhere, doors that open up to a wall. It's really, really weird why they built it the way they did. Now, it's got just some statistics for you on how big this place is. 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces. 47 fireplaces. That's crazy. 40 staircases, some that go nowhere. 13 bathrooms and 9 kitchens. Now, 13 bathrooms for the number of other stuff going on here seems a little shy for me. It seems like it might need more bathrooms. Variety of reasons as to why the house was built the way it was. Some say it's because it was haunted and the old lady Winchester, she was, tortured by the demons and whatnot. And then part of it was the more rational explanation is that she was a fan of architecture, but not very good at staying on task. Thus, she built things, never finished them, decided to build something else, and thus the stairway that goes nowhere was well, that was a good idea, I was going to go here, but then I decided to do something else with that space. That's more kind of what the rational thinking is. Number 4 on our haunted tour here. This is in Fall River, Massachusetts. It is the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast. If it's haunted and it's a bed and breakfast, I'm out, right? I'm I'll stay down the street. Yeah, I'm good. So in 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were killed by an axe-wielding psychopath. Wow. The suspect was their daughter, Lizzie. That's the Lizzie Borden, right? She stood trial but was not convicted. She was acquitted, so there wasn't enough proof to convict her of the actual crime. She is said to be the ghost. So, I'm not sure if she died somewhere around there or whatnot, but she says to haunt it. You can take tours of this place, and because it is a bed and breakfast, you can stay there. Interesting thing about this place, they have cameras. So like in the bedroom and around the place, they have cameras. So you can stay the night there, and then you can buy a copy of the video of the night, see if any spooky things happened overnight. Not for me, man. Not for me. Number 5, in Villisca, Iowa, it's the Villisca Axe Murder House. Wow. Axe murder to axe murder. What the heck? Great movie, by the way. How I Married an Axe Murderer with Michael Myers. Mike Myers. Not Michael, just Mike. Anyway, so this is in a small town, the small town of 1,108 people. That's very small. An entire family was killed with an axe. The entire family killed with an axe. There were multiple suspects in the case, but never came to trial. Nobody ever stood trial for this. It is said to be haunted by the family still looking for justice in this house, in the Villisca Axe Murder House. Crazy part, you can take tours, and if you're really interested, you can pay to stay the night. No, thank you. All right, number 6. The Bell Witch Cave. Not sure why the cave. That didn't really come up in the short story I read about this. This is in Adams, Tennessee. Another reason not to move to Tennessee. In 1800, John Bell and his family started seeing weird animals around their property at a pretty big spread. The most prominent was a dog that had the head of a bunny rabbit. Yeah, now I'm just thinking, at a distance, there's some dogs with some pretty floppy ears. Maybe we got this a little screwed up. But anyway, seeing weird animals around the site, it was reported that the spirit that haunted the place mostly targeted John and his daughter Betsy. I knew a Betsy in college. Very nice. The spirit is suspected to be a neighbor that was haunting the property out of some wrongdoing that happened, but there was no specification as the wrongdoing or anything. The reason why this place is so unique is that there's actually the period of time that this took place on, and no real crazy, horrible things happened. It was just like creepy things. There's lots of documentation. There's lots of eyewitnesses of creepy things happening around the property and whatnot. It's a place that you can go and visit, not stay the night, but you can go and visit it, take tours. This one blew my mind because I am an older gentleman, and I did not know this to be the case. So hold on here, let me get this straight. This goes with this, and this goes with this, and that goes over there. All right, ready for this? I'm gonna read you this one. This is crazy. The White House. Yes, the White House is an official haunted house. Number 7 on the list of most haunted places, best haunted houses in America, in the United States. Okay, I'm gonna read this verbatim because it's actually a crazy story. It wasn't too much to put on a card. Here we go. The White House may be home to the president, but is also rumored to house many illustrious ghosts within the storied walls. President Ronald Reagan reportedly entertained dinner party guests with stories of his dogs barking at invisible specters and his daughter, Maureen, waking to a transparent figure looking out the window of the Lincoln bedroom. It may have been President Lincoln himself, returning to his former home in hopes of reuniting with his wife and son. Interesting, that'll come up later. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill reportedly encountered Lincoln's ghost as well while he was stepping out of his bathtub. Weird. Hold on, the story continues. Lincoln and his wife, President Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, and his wife, Mary Todd, held seances in the White House, according to Mental Floss. It's an online blog. They hoped to contact their son, Willie, who died of typhoid, presumably from contaminated water pumped into the White House. Weird. They never contacted their son, but they did claim to get in touch with President Andrew Jackson, who was loitering in his former bedroom. When a ghost shows up, do you worry about labeling him as loitering? Anyway, according to the White House Historical Association, President William Henry Harrison, the first president to die in the White House — I didn't know anyone died in the White House — continues to keep up residence. It's not just former presidents who haunt the halls of the highest office in the U.S. However, Dolly Madison, wife of President James Madison, is said to visit the gardens she helped plant, the gardens in the back. And Abigail Adams, wife of President John Adams, is known to do her laundry in the East Room. I didn't know ghosts needed to do their laundry, and I didn't know there was laundry still in. I figured the White House. I figured they would just, dry cleaning service somewhere else. Anyway, the White House is open for public tours, free of charge. In case you want to check that out. No, you cannot stay overnight. Sorry. Interesting. The White House of all places. All right, moving right along. Numero 8 is the Sally House. Sally House in Atkinson, Kansas. All right. In the early 90s, it was discovered by some residents, by some renters, about this weird flickering lights, apparitions, possessions, unexplained voices, strange scratch marks on their bodies, and burn marks on their bodies. Really creepy stuff. It is said that it's a demon in the form of a little girl. I think they made a movie about this. It might be Paranormal Activity. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this place does exist. It is said to still be haunted by this demon as a little girl, and you can take tours and overnight stays. No, thank you. One more time. All right, and number 9, the Franklin Castle in Cleveland, Ohio. A castle in Cleveland, Ohio. That's pretty cool. In the 1800s, Hans Tiedemann had many of his children and his family members die in the house, including his wife. All random medical reasons. All of them. His entire family dies, including his wife. Random medical reasons. Seems nefarious? Not, actually. All were legitimate reasons why they died, medical reasons why they died. This is a rumor about and speculation regarding it being haunted. There's no physical documentation or anything or eyewitnesses. It's more just kind of creepy things that people hear, see while they've been on tour. It's still owned and is a private residence. You cannot take tours, but you can drive by it and say, "Oh, look, creepy house." Last and least, it is number 10. It is Biltmore. That's the name of the place, Biltmore. It is in Asheville, North Carolina. And George Washington Vanderbilt II, that's a lot to say, built his vacation home in the 1800s. Now, nothing bad happened here. Vanderbilt died in 1914, and the house went to his kids. They opened it up to the public for tours, and that is when the funny business started, or the speculation, anyway. Different things, people hearing things and whatnot. This is a pretty cool tour. It's a pretty interesting place. Nothing crazy, nothing nefarious, but you can take a tour of it and maybe see something spooky happen. If not, you can actually do some wine tasting at the end of the tour. Who knows? Haunted houses, everybody. What else do we got going on today? Let's move on with, it's Thursday, so we got to check in with our Halloween countdown, because you can't do it. It's like on one hand now. Let's check in with Clyde. Countdown to Halloween.
Sully, I've become the Judas in your mind. I'll be Judas in my mind. Anyways, what was I saying? You guys scared him. It scared me. I'm not scared. You're scared. I'm scared. You're scared. Who are you gonna call? Not me. Anyways, hey, you know what's scary? Yeah. I'm running out of candy canes. I might have to go somewhere to get some. I don't know where, but I'll think of it. Thinking of thinking. That's funny. Thinking of thinking. Thinking of thinking. Hey guys, it's 4 days. 5? 4. Yeah, 4 days till Halloween. And don't get scared. Alright, well, we gotta go. I gotta look up some candy canes on that Amazon. You got Amazon? I don't have Amazon. Oh, maybe the Google box will help us find it. Okay.
Very cool. The witch has been getting us ready to get dressed up as witches, if that's what you're going to dress up as. Let's check in and see what she's got on her witchy witch's wardrobe.
Here I am, so close to the bewitching night. I rode the other night, and I found the perfect place to have a little fun, I believe. Madame Leota, as you see, is not here. She is scoping it out. She will tell me if it's the perfect place to be. Oh, and if it is as I plan, you will all be in for the shock of your lives. You must be very wary, as soon, very soon, you will know throughout your day the wrath I can bestow on the hallowed grounds that you walk every day. I will ride, and you will never feel the same again. You mortals, mere mortals, I can't wait for you to see me.
Very good indeed. I am not dressing up as a witch, but if I did, now I know how. Let's go back in the bearded past with Zach.
Hey, it's Thursday. Sorry about the other guy the other day. Yeah, I don't know how that dude showed up. But hey, it's Thursday. We're gonna go back in the bearded past with Zach. We're gonna go through a little bit of history today. And I know I do a lot of like really old history. We're gonna look at a little bit of I guess more recent history, because it's still gotta be history. We're back in the past and all. But 1988 Cold War. Ronald Reagan suspends construction of the new U.S. Embassy in Moscow due to Soviet listening devices in the building structures. So basically what this is telling you is, they were going to spy on us. And so he was just like, forget this. We're not going to set up an embassy. Embassies are supposed to be, they're not supposed to be under that kind of surveillance when they set up in countries. 1981, another Cold War. The Soviet submarine S-363 runs aground on the east coast of Sweden. One of the big things with these submarines, these nuclear submarines during the Cold War, is these allowed constant access, constant moving, and so their weapons, their nuclear weapons, could constantly be in motion. And it allowed them to be able to potentially attack from anywhere. They had tried this with airplanes, with nuclear reactor airplanes prior to this, both the United States and Russia. Russia actually had completed one, and the United States was working on one. But it never happened, and the submarine took over and basically became that for the Cold War. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with today is Britain in 2014 did the smart move, and they withdrew from Afghanistan many years later than the United States did at the end of Operation Herrick after 12 years, 4 months, and 7 days in the country. Big news because it was just kind of showing that, this wasn't going to anywhere. So it was time for them to pull out as a country and leave there. So, guys, thank you. Have a good one. See you Friday.
All right, everybody, that is it for Thursday. Have a great Thursday, everybody. You've been working hard on your movie trailers, your Halloween-style movie trailers, which is going to be pretty cool. We'll see those Monday. Tomorrow is our Halloween party. See you all there. Remember, no masks, no masks, no masks. You can have face paint. You can have wigs. You can have face paint. You can have wigs. Maybe sunglasses. Closed-toed shoes. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thursday. What do we got? Facebook Live, 1 o'clock. We've got some calamity cooking with somebody. We'll see who it is. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, almost took my own eyeball out. Yeah.